Yeah.
Got the PlayStation 5 right here.
Are you f***ing serious?
I like it.
We are live, guys. I'm Joe, one third of the Cyber Nerds.
And I'm Raven your GS.
And welcome to another episode of Free DLC. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're on a road to 10,000 subscribers, and today we're going to be telling you all the things you need to know about God of War Ragnarok.
Mad. And now, without further ado, pretty much it's a couple of years after the first game that came out in 2018.
Well, I wasn't even going to go there yet, but yeah, it came out in 2018. I think one of the big things that is really interesting is that this movie has got a brand new director. So Cory Balrog, he directed the first game, but this game is actually directed by Eric Williams, who has worked on every single God of War game, but now is directing this. And I think it's because Cory is actually working on the next game. That's what I believe is going on. So yeah, there's that, man.
And I won't even. It to me makes completely sense in that, like even you mentioned before, there was no free DLC because they were working on this game, so obviously it makes sense that he's not part of this, he's already on to the next one. So they're clearly ahead of the game. Now, one of the couple of things that you need to know about this game is that Atreus is older, and obviously wants to find out more about Loki. It seems like he's still holding on to the clues that his mom left behind, which was a big thing on the previous game. Kratos, it's pretty much fighting with him against that idea, which is really cool, seeing that the dynamic has changed from come here boy to be like, oh no, it's not that anymore. Do you know what I mean? Fimbulwinter has frozen almost Midgard as well, which is the bit where like you kind of travel through the portals from. It's like Nilheim and like I'm trying to remember all these names.
We'll talk about that later on anyway. But yeah, I do think it's sick that basically like Fimbulwinter is pretty much like the precursor to like Ragnarok happening. So yeah, we're pretty much there. I mean, one thing that we did find out as well is that this is gonna be the last game in the Norse mythology kind of series, which is mad because obviously in the trailer reaction that you probably watched before you got here, we was talking about, we think this is going to be a trilogy, but it does make sense that Ragnarok, the end of all things, is the end of Norse mythology. But
I didn't think they would take it there.
But you know why I love this year? Because obviously like Tyr is in the game, and we're going to talk about Tyr in a minute, but like basically we'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah, so basically there's not gonna be a trilogy, and Ragnarok just means the end of all things. So yeah, the next God of War game won't be in the Norse mythology. Right.
Now we have returning characters. We have Kratos, Atreus, obviously, Mimir, which I was getting confused with Tyr, and the dwarf brothers who I love. I love the bickering between them when they're trying to make something, which is Brock and Cindy. Plus there's a squiddy guy.
Yeah, there's some gut, like he was standing behind the table and he had like a squid come on. So maybe there's like a new thing that you can start purchasing. Like, you know, them man did armor and stuff. Right. Maybe he controls something else.
Okay,
do you know what I'm saying?
Because when he came on the screen, I was like, okay, octopus. Like I was thinking like Poseidon type of thing. So we'll see in it. And obviously Freya is back for revenge. Oh my days! Like it's so mad how we go from the first game with Freya and now she's on their neck. Obviously like they murked her son, spoilers, and she's like, it's so weird with that because they were kind of like distance in the first game and now she wants revenge, so I want to know like the intricacies of that.
I mean, all of that's really set up in the first game, so it would be good to go back and play the first game and just refresh all of that. But one of the things that I do love about her is that obviously we find out in the first game that she is the actual Valkyrie Queen. So you know, when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, she is going to be on crud. But also, she is a big wielder of magic as well. So that's going to be fire. So they're the returning characters. The new characters we've got is Tyr. Like, Tyr's mentioned in the first game a lot. And Tyr is actually one of the sons of Odin. And he's Balder and Thor's half-brother, which is mad. And he also used to be the God of War. So, do you know what's mad? When I played this game, I didn't live stream it. I did this one like solely at home. I pushed my sofa in front of my TV and was like locked away for a week. Yeah,
because you had the brand new TV.
Yes,
back then,
bro.
So you couldn't even play on yourself upstairs. I remember that.
It was mad. But one of the things that I thought during playing the game was that Tyr was actually Kratos. So So this was my theory during the game, that because like Tyr was a god of war, and he is known for traveling the realms. And like when you was with Atreus and Kratos, you was going around and you was finding like the scriptures and stuff, and it told us about how Tyr travelled here and there and there. But do you know what? Yeah, I think what they've set up now is that obviously they're gonna find Tyr, and Tyr's gonna go on their journey, and this is how I think they're gonna end up going into the next game, which is gonna be like Celtic mythology or Egyptian mythology or something like that. They set that all up in the previous game, bro. So now finding Tyr, I think because he's already travelled to like these other like places, I think he's gonna be our vehicle to get there. Alright, but so I'm like, me personally, I was super gassed for Tyr, like just the story of Tyr before, because I thought that was Kratos in a time loop, because obviously like we talk about Loki and Atreus, and if that and Atreus' son is the serpent, but Atreus is still a boy, so time travel's involved. So I thought that Kratos had kind of gone full circle on us. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you think this is one of the reasons why Kratos is so adamant when it comes to his son going forward with this whole, like we gotta find out more and more and more? Because if that's the case, then the rabbit hole is gonna get deeper and deeper, and Kratos is going to find himself in a situation where he's like, yo, like, I can't let my son slip, because otherwise if he goes, he ain't coming back.
100%, bruv. Kratos has fought the gods before, and he just knows it's long. And Atreus doesn't know how long it can get.
Yeah,
so,
I guess so
that is it. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, besides Tyr, like, I'm super gassed for, Odin's going to play a big role in this game. They said that, like, he's not like a man in a castle in this. He's like an old guy just out there, just roaming, doing
stuff. Which is kind of stuff that he does.
Bruv, the Eagles in the game,
the Ravens,
bruv. Like, oh yeah, Ravens, not Eagles, but yeah.
Because we had to hit them with the axe and that.
For me, Odin's been watching us the whole time.
Yeah, he's been there.
And also Thor's in this game, played by Ryan Hurst.
I'm loving the design.
The costume design's mad.
I'm loving it.
Costume design's mad.
I'm loving that we've gone away from the whole trimmy guy. And just because I'm a god, like you know, these guys be drinking and partying and all sorts. So it just looks like it fits in this world.
100%. And I feel like even when you look at the character design of like Balder and like even Kratos, like, bruv, these men ain't got 6 packs and, you know what I'm saying, the L'Oreal hair and thing, bruv.
Unless you're young, then yeah. But if this is where
if you've been doing this for thousands of years, bro,
yeah, then you don't need that kind of body,
man's got the dad bod, bruv. It's mad, fam. You get me?
Sure.
And then they've got another new character, Angrboda, who is one of the last giants, which I'm going to say off rip, I really think is going to be Atreus' love interest, because obviously Atreus is one of the last giants as well, and so is she. So, you know what I'm saying?
These man already set enough so ahead of time,
bro, because like for me, all I think about is the next game on, because if Kratos passes away at some point, which we saw on the wall at the end of the game, spoilers, sorry, you should have already played it, is that like those two characters can then go forward and we can grow with them. Do you know what I'm saying? And they could have 2 completely different power sets. So, bruv, I'm all about that.
Nah, the travel side of stuff, we're getting new. We saw the massive wolves with the sled, which I'm love. Like we love wolves. We love wolves here. So having massive one's gonna be cool. The bow is back, and also the blade is now a grappling hook.
Yeah, it's mad because they show it in the trailer that Kratos kind of used the grappling hook to like climb up something. And it's interesting because I think in the first game, man would climb up the ropes and stuff like that. So I feel like they just tried to update traversal, and they've kind of put that there as well. Besides traversal, bruv, the realms. This is one of the things I'm gassed about. In the first game, there were 6 realms available, but you always saw the other 3 realms that you couldn't kind of go to. But now all of those realms have been expanded. So we're going to get those 6 again and bigger, and there's 3 new realms that we can get into as well. And they said that there's going to be like different kind of things. So there's going to be like jungle areas, mine areas as well. So like we're expanding.
One of the major scenes that took me away during the trailer was that there was an overview of like this city, which we kind of usually get in like, you know, like Greece. You usually see the islands and kind of that. So having that there, bro, I can't even imagine what kind of realms we're going to get, because the previous games, the realms were sick. There was one in hell. The one with the where you had to go around like
with the gas, like the maze thing.
It was mad. Yeah, the frozen one. So it's sick, innit? And last but not least, combat. New moves, new abilities, runes, and I guess there's more that they didn't show. New enemy types.
Enemy types are looking sick, bruv. That firstly, that 2-hit combo on that centaur was mad, bruv.
Like body shots,
bruv.
Yeah, bruv.
Some Mike Tyson type
Listen,
thing,
someone used to call animal
animal cruelty.
Yeah, fam. Because those body shots was crazy. Senators as well. And obviously they've announced more player choice from hitting hard, elementary mastery, and being defensive.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really interesting, like to see if they're making you do these things, or if it's down to the player. Like, if I just want to focus on using the elements, can I build my Kratos that way?
I believe so.
And then someone else builds him as like straight combos.
Simply because when we was playing this game, there was one time we was seeing a Sam play, and it was completely different how you was playing,
rolling,
how I was
dodging.
playing.
Yeah,
you know
and
you're straight ahead.
Rambo. I'm going in. No deep, like no block. I don't block, bro. I don't block.
I think I'm a bit of a dodger, but I also have those times where I'm just like, which kind of killed me when it came to the Valkyries, because I wasn't as patient. So I was getting like, you know, where you got that last hit, bro, and it already takes you enough time, you die enough times before you get there, and then when you get there, you're not patient enough, so she murks, and you just be like, oh, why did I do that? Like, why didn't I just stick to my tactics? Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this may have been one of the things that they saw players do it and be like, okay, now we can enhance these things, so it becomes more for these type of players.
Nah, man, I think the game's going to be sick, man. But you know what we need you guys to do? Jump in the comment section below. Let us know all the other stuff you already know about God of War, or tell us what you want in the game or stuff like that.
What kind of player are you as well?
Yeah, definitely what kind of player are you. Look, make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you want more free DLC. Other than that, I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cybernerds.
Revenue GS.
And we'll see you on the next time. Peace.